Hey guys! I hope you all are having a fantastic day thus far, wherever you are in the world. And today, we're gonna have a very popularly requested cuisine. What is that cuisine? Well, let me read you some comments. And let me make some space so I could put the comments, insert them in here next to me. Joshua Liu said, you should try some Vietnamese food, especially Vietnamese desserts. Che, there are so many kinds. Balpiful said, yes, I am Korean but love Vietnamese food. She should try bun khun and bun shou. I hope I'm saying that right. And then Christmas 9 Lights said, you should eat some Vietnamese food in your next mukbang. I recommend Bun Bo Hue. It is my favorite, please. Watermelon, watermelon. Also, for you, dessert. Also, you for dessert, you should go to Lee Sandwich to get some. Che, it is so good. It's so good. Van Dao said, I was gonna ask the two. I'm scared Bun Bo Hue won't be portable enough. But we will see Mina's magical ways somehow. Maybe a banh mi? Don't know. Haha. Or ha, I don't know. The Vietnamese restaurant I went to, it's called Le Quy. Le Quy? Le Quy? I hope I'm saying that right. Oh, someone needs to give me Vietnamese lessons. I'm happy to learn. I've been there a couple times before, but I did not try the Bun Bo Hue before, so we are gonna try that today. There is no Lee Sandwich near me currently, so I didn't get that. Woohoo! Let me give you a 360 here. What is in here? I mean, this is the Bun Bo Hue. Here we have sprouts, bean sprouts, and it comes with some sauces, I see. A lot of you guys have been, well, not, I don't know the statistically, like how many of you guys want my mukbangs to be shorter. Some of you really do like close to an hour mukbang. You guys like to pause it and then return the next day or the next meal you have and continue to watch them. Other people, they're like, oh man, even 30 minutes is a long mukbang. Can you just cut it down to 14 or 15 minutes? I think 15-minute mukbang is really short because I am a slow eater. And, you know, like, I do like to enjoy my food and give you guys, like, a detailed description of how the food tastes like, so then, like, you could imagine what it's like in your mouth, you know? And, yeah, like, sometimes if I get deep into, like, a topic, I really just want to keep talking about a certain subject. I just want to not be rushed and not be like, oh my god, I have to finish talking about this ASAP. So I might not get as in-depth with a certain topic. So every mukbang is going to be a little different. Especially depending on how much food there is. So if it's like a feast, I'll definitely take a little bit longer to film the mukbang. Yes, so comes in a plastic bag. Oh, and this, it seems like it's mint. Yeah, interesting. Usually when I go to Vietnamese restaurants and I order like a pho, I get cilantro, but this is all mint. My breath is smelling really good. Alright, so that's that. Let's open this soup. Man, look at how red this is. It looks really spicy, but maybe it's like, it just looks bolder than it tastes. Well, we'll find out soon enough. So I'm gently opening this to make sure the sauce doesn't, or the soup doesn't splash all over me. Whoa, it's hot, temperature-wise. Yeah, like the owner said, it's not too actually, the spiciness kicks in. Woo! Wow, if you wake up at like 6 a.m. and you are still feeling sleepy, this just might help you wake up. Yeah. But it's not like overly spicy. Ooh, what's this? We've got the proteins with some scallions on top. What's that? What is this? Oh, an onion. Yeah. We have our two rolls here. One of them is vegan, and the other one is a traditional roll. This one on the bottom, it is a traditional spring roll, goi kwon, and the one on the top right here, that is vegan avocado spring rolls, goi kwon chai. I want to try the vegan roll first, and then move on to, well, see, the thing is, sometimes I like to eat my food in order of food combination, or food digestion rate. So, you know, typically fruits and fruits digest fastest, and avocado is considered a fruit. So I'm gonna have a bite of this avocado roll first. And it comes with a peanut sauce here. It's kind of like a kimbap, you know? And you could, it's like a soft weapon. You hit someone with it. Alright, dip it in the peanut sauce as such, and take a bite. I like this because it has a light and fresh and healthy feel to it. After all, it's the vegan roll. And you got some lettuce, it looks like. And of course the vermicelli noodles, the white one, with the avocado. This is a simple, very simple appetizer. And I liked it because of its simplicity. And if you wanna complicate things a little bit, that's when you get a spoonful of this guy. I wonder what makes it spicy. Woo! Be right back. I'm gonna get the bowl. Alright, I hope I do a good job of not spilling. After all, this is a very red soup, and it seems like there's some oils in it, so it would be great if I don't spill it on the carpet. Let's do this. Oh, pretty good job though so far. Yeah. Ooh, steam. Boop. Woohoo! It was actually quite heavy. My arm is getting tired. I probably do need to do some working out. Let's set that down. Woo! Alright. And then, I guess we'll put some of this pork in there. There's pork and beef in here. Go enjoy your swim. What's this one? I think this is pork. I think maybe it's pork belly. Here. Oops. Oh, it's raining scallions. No! Okay. In you go. Alright, here's the beef. For those of you who like to take a closer look at the beef. And it looks like your normal beef. Please focus camera on the beef. Oh, it's raining beef now. Oh, this food is falling on the ground. Definitely gonna have to vacuum. So, have a piece of beef. That's some good beef. And then, if it tastes good by itself, it will taste good with the entire party. Put that in there. The noodles. I thought when I first saw this, all of this meat. Because I didn't see anything on the bottom. There's actually noodles under this. I'm not the huge fan of scallions, so I'm not going to put all the scallions in here. I don't know. Do you guys like scallion? I don't know, something about them. I'm not a huge fan. Like little pieces, like up to like, 10 little pieces is fine, but I can't handle if there's like 30 pieces of these scallions in any of my food. Alright, so here are the noodles. Jiggle jiggle. They like to groove. Alright. And then we gotta sometimes I wish my hair was this white. It could look fashionable. I could look like an anime character. Alright, so I'm thinking that this, I love the colors of this. There's some like very boldly red areas in the soup. Most of the soup is actually brownish, but then on the edges, the red oil is like hanging out on the edge of the bowl, and then it's like sticking, clinging to the oil. Like anytime there's like an object there, the oils are attracted to that area. You rarely see little red bubbles of oil floating in the middle of a soup, you know? If that oil was like a boyfriend or girlfriend, they're like the clingy type. So let's try this by itself. You can think of it as like a taste of rice, pretty plain. I'll balance out the spice of the soup base. Now that has a lot of scallions. Forget that, I'm not eating that. Put it to the side. Let's get another bite of the avocado roll. I'm gonna add some of these guys in. So I'm just gonna put that in there. I grew up eating a lot of pho when I was young. I go with my family, my immediate family, even my extended family. And I always get pho. I wouldn't order anything else but pho. So today I'm very excited because of your guys' recommendation to try the Bun Bo Hue. I think this is jalapeno. And then lemon. Got some lemon in here. Or lime. So let's squeeze that in there. It's gonna splatter all over the place. Yeah. And what is this? Sriracha hot chili sauce. Put that to the side. It's an option. I might not need it at all. And what is this cabbage? Do you put this cabbage in here? Or do I just eat it? I'll just put it in there. Oh, I love the colors of this. So I want to show you a detailed shot of this bowl because it's so beautiful. So I'm just gonna risk the chance that this liquid will fall on the ground, but just give you guys a close look as possible. And then let's eat the traditional roll. The outside is made of rice paper. It's thin and it's chewy and it's translucent. And it's cool because you can see what's inside. And see, like here we have a shrimp. And it's really cool how it kind of like, it has like this zigzag thingy action going on. For those of you, it's your first time watching my videos, I'm Korean, but when I go to my Korean uncle and aunt's house, my aunt, sometimes she would prepare like a bunch of different side dishes, and then she would get the rice paper, and we would, you know, we have like a shared bowl of water, and we just dip it, and then we make our own wraps at the dinner table. That's like quick fusion right there. You know, it's like Vietnamese Korean fusion. I'm usually not a big fan of shrimp. In this case, it is very acceptable because it looks so pretty. I wonder how rice paper was invented. And it's very interesting how like all the cultures, we have our own little thing, you know? Like each country, how were the recipes invented? I mean, someone came up with it. Just one person maybe, or one village, but it just spread. The recipe spread because everyone loved it. It was popular, you know? And now, just one person or one village might have made that recipe, but now like thousands, hundreds of thousands of people are enjoying that recipe. You know, it's amazing. And with each generation, those original recipes, they're modified, and they might go to another country, and like people will keep changing the ingredients or like at least the ratio and make it their own thing. The original version of this dish might be really delicious to the original community that came up with that recipe, but in another community they might be like, oh, it's too spicy, let's put less chili in it, or like let's put less of something, and then they make it their own dish, you know? Who knows what we're eating today? It's actually the real recipe. It's just constant modifications, and we get a one type of version of that dish. You know, with every mukbang, I always write down notable moments in the description box, and I write the time of when I say certain something, or like when I have a first bite of a certain food. So that way, if you're really curious, you don't want to watch the whole thing, you don't have time for that. If you just want to see me have my first bite of spring roll, then I'll write the time that action happens in the description box. Shall we have a bite of the soup with all the ingredients in it? I'm excited. Yeah, I tried the soup part already, but you know, like when you put all the ingredients in there, it really will affect the soup. Yeah, you go to a party. Ingredients are like a party, and when they all come together, or ingredients, each ingredient is like one guest, right? But a party is like all the ingredients combined. So when you introduce, like when one guest comes to a party, sometimes they could really change the vibe of that party. They can make the party feel even more exciting and alive, or they might make things a little awkward for some people. So it's like ingredients are just the same. Like noodles, it doesn't taste that loud. It's just kind of like a blend. It blends into the party. You know, it's just, you know, it's like you're kind of, they're just doing whatever everyone else is doing, just chilling out. You know, they're blending with the flavors. However, you might have like a person like a mint come in. They're like super refreshing, but they're so like, you know, when people meet them, they're like, whoa, what are you? Like, you're super refreshing, but not everyone can handle mint, you know? I'm gonna try the soup with the noodles here. So, oh, wait. I cannot use a fork. I can use a fork, but I think the traditional way of eating this will be with the chopstick. So, gotta make sure my hair doesn't get in the way. I imagine if it's even spicier and it's an even hotter day, it's something that will make you feel very refreshed. And if you had a bad day and you really need to rant to someone, but you have no one to talk to, and you eat this, the spicy, like a super spicier version of this, then it's like you feel refreshed afterwards. Like you didn't have to even say a word of your rant. Just by eating this alone, you feel like yeah, like you got everything off your chest. So maybe if I were to have this in Vietnam, it's a little different. I don't know. It's my first time having this. One thing I really want to talk to you guys about today was YouTubers on and off camera. People, we have a tendency of judging other people based on what we see. And it can't be helped because we can't judge someone based on what we don't know about them, really. Unless they're like mysterious, then we label them as mysterious. But like if we don't know anything about them, we just base our opinion on what they say and what kind of facial expressions they make. But at times it's really hard to tell what a person's truest intentions are. Because sometimes the smiliest of all people, the nicest of all people can have shady intentions. They might be just trying to use you for something. But other people, they're very realistic and genuine, but they might not come off as friendly and maybe a little bit stubborn, or, you know, but who's gonna have a better, like a nicer label? It might most likely the friendly person with not so good intentions. But at the same time, there are nice people, genuine people who are stubborn and have greatest of intentions. So yeah, like with that said, it's same goes for YouTubers. You know, you just don't know. I mean, they're not exactly the same as you see them on camera. You know, growing up, I heard stories of my favorite celebs. Like people would say, oh, yeah, I saw them the other day on the street, but oh my gosh, they're not nice at all. They were not smiley at all. They had this like serious face, and they were like, and I was like, did they do anything to you in particular? And they're like, no, they just didn't. They weren't smiling at me. And I'm like, I don't know, like I'm not like a A-list like Hollywood celebrity, but I have some sympathy for those people in the spotlight, because you know, we can't always be on our best behavior or like always smiling and always be on guard. You know, we're normal people too. Like before anything else in life, we're a human being. Before we are a celebrity or a YouTuber or a student or whatever label we all are, before anything else, we are human. That's like our #1 label. So, you know, everything else, the roles we play, they're just roles. You know, like there's a certain period of time you play those roles. You're a student when you go to college or high school or grade school, and you're working at a law firm, but you might not be working there forever. You might just working there for 1 year, and that's when you wear your law firm face. Yeah, so like we all kind of play a role in whatever situation, you know, whatever circumstance we're in. It asks for a certain type of characteristic, or a certain part of us comes out. So like, you know, when you're filming a YouTube video, you want to do your best to be positive and like give good vibes and like be the best influence you can, you know, because off the screen there's a lot of things that a lot of us don't really want to talk about in public, and we might be going through a really tough time, whatever kind of genre it is, whether it be about love, money, jobs, or family. Like, you know, we all have problems, we all have issues, and we just try to do our best to be the best of ourselves. And you know, because it's not like, some people would be like, oh, if you just only show your best side, that's being fake. Well, yeah, some people might call it that, and you can't stop them from thinking that. But we also try, all of us, we try our best to be positive as possible. Well, not every single person. Some people do embrace being negative because they're just like so tired of trying to be positive, and I've experienced that before, so I totally understand that. But you know, for the most part, like for me, I try my best to be positive, even if I'm really tired physically or mentally, and I just feel like beat by the world, or like, you know, I might be really, you know, even like something simple as I'm editing something, a video, but my program keeps crashing, and I'm trying to figure out, is it because the raw file is like too big, or is it because there's not enough memory, like space on my desktop or my computer? Like, is my desktop too messy, which it is, or like, what is the problem? Is there like malware? Like, what is the problem? So then I might have to spend hours, you know, and like you don't put that in a video typically saying, oh, this video I spent 8 hours trying to troubleshoot, and like put this unhappy face. You know, that's gonna become part of your brand if you put it out there. So like, yeah, like, you know, when YouTubers and other people who are in the public eye, we look very positive on camera, but in real life you might see us in a bad moment, and we might have had a bad day, or something bad might have happened to us, and you know, it's like, you're not going to be smiling. You can't, it's going to be hard to smile through it every single moment, every single millisecond of the day. You know, we might have went to the gym and we're super tired, or we're super energetic, so you might catch us in an especially good mood as well. So yeah, like, I think in the end, not just people who are in the spotlight. There are people we meet in high school, people we meet in college, and people we meet in work situations. And we might not meet them when they're in the best version of themselves. Some people I met in high school, I do not fancy them. And even if many years passed, I admit I'm still not their biggest fan. They're very, very gossipy, or they made a lot of drama with my closest friends. Or I just thought, you know, their values and my values are very different. You know, some of them, popularity is so important, and they would sacrifice a lot of things to become the popular one, right? And I'm like, that's popularity, that's like very relative, and it doesn't last forever. Someone else is always going to be more popular than you. That's just the way it is. And they might not always be popular. Someone else is going to replace them. So only for a fleeting moment, you're super popular at that time. And what is all that all for? You know, everything is temporary. So like, why are you spending so much time and energy trying to be popular and like sacrificing yourself, doing certain actions that hurt other people to become more popular, you know? Like, for me, there's no meaning in being the most popular one, or even like the top 5 popular. It doesn't matter. Like, if you're building a community with like-minded people, and hanging out with family and friends who are like-minded and not always bringing you down, like people who could support each other, like that, goes so much longer than winning a popularity contest. And it's so much more meaningful, and you'll feel much more fulfilled, you know, because you're developing meaningful, deep relationships. So anyhow, like, yeah, so some of these people I'm not a huge fan of in high school. However, when someone like me meets them when they are in their adulthood, like even in their 30s, they might like them very much. But because of what I've seen and experienced, I label them in a certain way. Now, I try my best not to label people and like label any situation with like bad or good. I try to be as neutral as possible. But like certain experiences, you just can't help but be like, oh, that was bad, that was bad, that was bad, or that was good, that was awesome, like wow, you know, like things like that. But yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Whether you're famous or not, or in the spotlight or not, we all are judged based on a certain time period by certain people, and you can't just base everything on one event. Yeah, it'd be great to like have a much more extensive view of every single person or everything you experience, but it's just the way you see things at a certain time period, you know, and sometimes it just can't be controlled because you might be in a certain mind frame. If you're in a very gloomy state, then you just might be more negative, and people who you interact with at that time might think you're very negative. Whereas 1 year later, you're super positive, and everyone starts thinking that you're super positive. And then another year later, you're like neutral, and all the people you met before that, they might be like, they meet you again in the future, and they're like, wait, you're negative. I remember you being really negative. And they might be very surprised to see that, wow, you're a different person completely. Or because their projection on you is so strong, no matter how positive you are today, they might still think you're a negative person and like construe everything as negative that you say or do. So you can't control what other people see and think of you every time, but in the end, you just try your best, and that's it, really. Now, I say the highlight of eating these rolls is dipping with the peanut sauce. Because a lot of the flavor comes with peanut sauce. Do you guys ever have the experience where, like yesterday, you went to this restaurant, the food was so delicious. I mean, you're like, this is the best thing I ever had in my life. You tell all your friends about it. And then you go 1 week later, you order that same dish, and you're like, wait a second, this doesn't taste the same. You know, you're like, what happened? Is it a different chef? And then your friends also agree with you. Mina, you said this is really amazing. What is this? It's just normal, average. Well, that happened to me a couple times before in my life. And sometimes I go with the same person twice in a row. And I ask them the second time, dude, didn't it taste different the other day? Sometimes they say yes, it tastes way better the other time. Other times they're like, Mina, it tasted the same as last time and today. And I'm like, what happened? I'm still Mina. Like, why did it taste different the other day, but today it tastes like average? Why was it so amazing the other day? And it makes me think, is it because like when you're in a certain, like if you're in like a especially enthusiastic mood, does it change your taste buds? Does it change something in your body and like your hormones? And so like when you eat that food, your experience is totally different, you know? Because I don't know about you guys, but when I go to a restaurant and they give like great service, even if the food, it was kind of average, but because the service was so awesome, you enjoy the experience. So all of a sudden, like even the food, it tastes a little bit better for whatever reason, you know? Do you get that? I'm gonna fix my posture. You know, when I was young, I had really awesome posture. Like, I was so good at having a straight back, like this. A lot of people in high school, they're like, how is your back so straight? Like, how do you do that? These days, I find myself slouching like more like this, especially when I'm working on the computer. And like the thing is, I used to be very mindful when I was young. Like every time I start slouching, in an instant I realize, oh, I'm slouching. So I fix my posture. But these days, I'm like, I've been slouching for, oh, maybe even a couple hours, and I'm like, oh, I'm slouching. And then I do that. And then like a couple minutes later, I realize I'm doing this again. You know, I'm like, what happened? Like, is my brain cells dying off and I'm not like being as mindful as I used to? Or what's happening here, you know? I say this often, and aging is humbling. You know, when I was young, I thought I was like, oh, I thought I was immortal. I thought like, oh, life is forever. Like everything's gonna last, you know? But older you get, you're like, that's not true. Oh, my butt's falling asleep again. You know, things like that. Or like, oh, like the other day I did something slightly with my neck. I just went like this, and then the next day I was like in pain, and I'm like, oh, I didn't do much of anything, but why am I hurting, you know? So yeah, like when you're young, take advantage of your flexibility and, you know, like go down that slide, play on those monkey bars, you know? I wanted to test myself the other day, or a couple weeks ago. I was at the park, and I went to the playground, and I was like, oh, I kind of want to make my hands strong. Because, you know, when you're young, you play on the monkey bars, and then you get like blisters, and then after a week, a couple days, it goes away. And then when you do the monkey bars again, your skin is stronger, so you don't get those blisters. However, for a long time, if you don't do the monkey bars, then your skin gets soft again. So like, yeah, a couple weeks ago when I went to the playground, I was like, I want to make my skin strong. So I went on the monkey bar just to like, you know, test my body out. And I was like, oh, I'm humble. And I definitely got blisters, but I was like, I can't go beyond this. Oh, thankfully no food bounced out of my mouth. Woo! That was pretty... Yeah, there was food in my mouth, but nothing came out, so... Woo! High five, Mina, good job. Would you guys let me know what that... Would you guys let me know what that is? So, my battery is blinking now, which means my I only have a couple more minutes left to film. Or maybe even just a minute. I hope you guys enjoyed eating Vietnamese food with me. Oh, I cannot handle how lovely these colors are on this dish, because it's like bold, you know, like this green, I mean it, I'm green, and this red color, red oil, is like just in your face, like I'm red, you know? This is what it means to be the color red. I mean, it feels it, it knows it, you know, it knows red. If you're eating with me, what were you eating? Let me know. And how did it taste like? What kind of image did it paint in your head when you're eating it? This guy, I would say, it's like a calm unicorn. It's a calm unicorn hanging out on a lawn chair on a Sunday afternoon. That's what it tastes like. If I had to paint an image, that's what it is. And work on the spring roll. Man, you guys, time flies. Where is the summer going? Like, come on, summer, can you please, like, chill out, summer? Take your time. Let me catch up with you, you know? It's like, boom, it's already mid-July. I'm like, where did that go? Like, come on. Come on, summer. Come on, summer, chill. Chillax. This traditional spring roll has a mix of a dryness from the beef, and that like rubberiness from the shrimp, and of course the freshness from the lettuce, and the slipperiness from the vermicelli noodle. You guys, what should I eat in the next mukbang? Please let me know in the comment section, and you can reply to other people's comments. That way I could screenshot it all in one conversation. It's fun to see you guys interacting with each other as well. Sorry I had food in my mouth, but bye! Mwah! Mwah! Oh, see you on Thursday, because this video is coming out on Tuesday. Oh, I just bit myself. Oh! I'm guessing you gotta have it with the ice cream. Let me top it off like this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's